and welcome back to another episode of Brush Tips with Cheri. We are going to be painting a sunflower today. Now this was by very popular request on our Facebook page that we paint this sunflower. I know it's not fall, but it is 90s trendy. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint this fun sunflower. I encourage you to use spring colors, but if you love these fall colors, definitely use those too. So today we are going to be using a bunch of different colors. We're going to use black and white. I even added a little gold in there, some phthalo blue. I added a tiny little purple at the very last minute. Also a fire red and a bright red, which I added the fire red very last minute also. Plus the yellow, because what sunflower doesn't need yellow? All right, and we have these three amazing brushes. We have this big guy, see our big daddy right here, and we have this medium one right here, and then we have this smaller one just for some detail work, okay? So we want to drop all those in our nice cup of water. So in between we get to rinse them out, make sure our brushes are nice and clean, and let's get started. So I have a little trick that I want to share with everyone. I actually love to draw with chalk on canvas, especially with something that I'm not ready to go into with just a brush, okay? So we do this a lot at the studio where I'll come in and I'll just bring a piece of chalk, and that just gives you a good base on where to start. So I'm only using the chalk today just so that everybody gets a good idea of how to draw a flower. So you're going to start with the middle. Remember our little magic trick of painting and making a circle and not touching your canvas until you get that good circular motion. And then there you go. You got yourself a nice circle. Then you can pull your petals off from there, and you can make them as big as you want. Just to give you an idea of a base, you're going to go right over all this chalk. Ooh. Going to go over all that chalk, okay? So all of that's going to be erased. See what I mean, why we need a good base going on? This looks a little crooked up here, but we're going to clean that up with our paint. So no worries. So the first color I want you to start with in any situation, if you need a yellow, start with the yellow first, because we don't want to make anything super muddy. So and start with that yellow, and you can see the chalk through. A lot of times you can just use pencil and see the pencil. All that's going to be covered up, okay? So no worries. Don't start freaking out. We're just throwing some paint on here for a good base. I'm going to make this petal a little bit smaller just to kind of blend in with the others. Don't forget about your sides. Remember how many times I miss those sides? And then it looks crazy when I hang it up. So, I love a good sunflower. I love painting flowers in general because there's no wrong way to paint a flower. Mother Nature intended every flower to be different, just like every flower or snowflake. Crazy how amazing all that works out, huh? You can flip your painting over, come in here like this. Now I'm grabbing big scoops of it, big scoops of that yellow. That's my base, okay? You want a good base coat on there. Got to make sure we don't get this on the floor. We have to clean that up. If it drips, we don't want to leave the floor all crazy looking. Painted floor. So I'm going to come in with now some of those reds. And just so you know, if you mix a little yellow, you're going to get some orange, and we want that too. And I'm not staying inside the lines at all. And I don't expect you to either. This is not a stay in the lines kind of painting. This is a do what you want kind of painting. The more creative you are, and the more you don't think about how your painting's going to turn out, honestly, the better they turn out. I always tell people all the time, like, don't overthink painting. Just paint. Just do whatever you are seeing on your canvas and just keep painting. What is this? I have like a big card in my pocket. I look over in the mirror or in the thing and that's all I see. That's funny. All right, let's just keep adding. Now don't be nervous. If you feel like you got too much orange in, that's okay. Rinse off your brush. Super easy fix. There's a couple of them here that I've got a lot in there. Super easy fix. Take some yellow and some white. Just throw it in there. Yellow and white. And just throw it back in there, okay? Brighten that back up. Bring some of that fun colors in there, okay? Now let's let this dry. Let's play around with this middle section here, okay? This middle section is cray cray, okay? It's fun, it's swirly, and this is where we just let our brush kind of go a little crazy, okay? All right. So that's what I want you to do. It's actually black on the inside of there. That's what we're going to start out with, the black. You can mix a little bit of yellow with it and just come in and swirl. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Okay. Stand this guy back up. Perfect. Now we're going to build layers here. We're building the layers there, okay? Again, if you ever need any help with completing one of the paintings, if you're watching on demand, you can pause it. If you're watching on Facebook Live, you could definitely pause it and come back to it. Or you can always message me and I will help you out also. You can send me a message at my webpage or Facebook. Follow me. Go to our page, whatever you need to do. Right now I'm going to add some black in to the background, okay? If you are kind of freaked out about the black and you aren't sure if you want the black, grab some blue and just add some blue in there. See where I'm adding that blue at? See how it's just lightening it up a little bit with the blue? It doesn't make it look so dark. And for a spring painting, maybe we want the blue in there. Plus it'll bring the blue out in the flower once we add that too. Whoop. Okay. Yeah, we can play around over here. Add some in there. How's this looking so far? I seriously love painting with all of you. It's fun and relaxing. Here we go. Look at this. It's like a super bright, festive, spring, 90s trendy flower. It is beautiful. Okay, we're just going to keep going around. Just keep painting. You can flip your canvas. Good thing they don't play music during this, because I would be singing to all of you. The other day I was singing in my class. I forget that I have people with me, and then I stand there and I sing. But it was 80s hits, so it was good. It was good. People walked away with some really nice earworms. Some 90s trendy songs. All right. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this up here. This super blotchy petals right here. So I'm actually going to rinse off my brush really good. I'm just going to play around with this for a second. See if I can't get it to look a little less crazy. I'm pulling some of this black, and that's okay, because we're going to add some black into it in a little bit anyway, but I'm just trying to eliminate some of this. And it's okay to mess up. It's okay to change things around halfway through. Okay, we can add some more black to that background. Nobody's even going to know that we had a boo-boo. And I just added a bunch of black. So we can actually fill all of this petal in, because I am not a fan of this petal. Okay. And we're going to fill this petal in. See how easy of a fix that was? Perfect. We'll let that dry. Let it dry. Let it dry. And that's why I'm an artist and not a singer, because I'm not that fabulous at singing. Okay? Don't judge, don't judge, don't judge. It's okay, I don't mind. It's fun. The other day I was singing with the boys, because I have 2 little ones. I was singing with those guys while I was getting them ready for their showers. We had the Alexa speaker going crazy, and we were singing really loud, and then I opened up the door, and there he was, the man himself, laughing at me, giggling, the hubby. I don't know if he thought it was cute. I'm not sure, but it's okay. He knows that I'm not a great singer. So I'm going to bring some of these petals back in. And do you see how it's just making it more layers? This is what I want yours to do. I want you to have these fun, different colored layers. If you have to add some white in to make the petals a little bit more vibrant, please do. Okay. Look at how we're doing this. We just keep building up these layers. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to use nice wet brush with some wet paint. People start to get a little bit nervous when they start to add all these fun colors on here. And that's okay. But definitely trust the process. Let's add a bunch of yellow to this one. And if you see, I'm doing it down in one big stroke. Okay, stroke, stroke. One really long stroke. Here we go, clean that up. Bring this guy a little bit bigger. Bring that guy up. How's this looking? A little crazy still, huh? It's all right, we're gonna clean this up. Take a step back. Go in front of it here. There we go. There we go. Make this petal nice and big. Sorry, I don't mean to have my back turned to you, but I'm going at an angle here and I need to look at it straight for a minute. Okay, let this dry. And we're going to come in and we're going to do some accents in a second after it all dries. We're going to play with the middle now. clean off that brush really good. We're gonna get this medium-sized one, okay, the medium-sized brush. You can see here. We're gonna grab some of this gold. We're just gonna go in a big swirly circle. I want that brown or that black to still show through. And I'm going to grab some yellow, and I'm going to come in with some yellow in the big swirly circle. Okay, here we go. Clean off this brush a little bit. And then I'm going to add some of this blue and purple. I actually just want to come along the sides here with this blue and purple. And even in here too. It'll make a little green, but it'll look good. See, I'm just one quick stroke of this. We got to add some more yellow there. You can also add some orange too. Orange and yellow, or red and yellow make orange. Let this dry. This is just a lot of layers of different colors that we're adding. Let's turn this guy upside down so I can play with these colors over here a little bit. Let's throw some of this accent gold in there. Okay, doing pretty good. All this flower is about building different colored layers. I'm not adding a whole bunch of mixed paint. A lot of it is unmixed. I'm going to come back in with this black. Just throw it in there, not mixing it up. Okay, do you see how it's not mixed on there? I still want some of that yellow and some of that green to pop through. Okay, now I'm going to come in and I'm just going to clean up some of these edges. All right, maybe even bring some black in here. And that's what I'm using the black to do this. Just playing around. Cleaning up some of the edges. Just to make it fun. Now this. There we go. See how it's just kind of all coming together here? I know it looks different when it's wet paint versus the dry one, but it looks amazing. And I'm sure all of yours look amazing too. I do have people that are messaging me now with their paintings as they're painting along with me, so I encourage you to do that too. Make sure you send them to me and I'll feature them on our Facebook page. Move this up just a little bit. You know what I totally forgot to do? Oh, I did the bottom. Oh no, not right here. Whoops. We do the bottom so when it's hanging up in our house and we don't frame it, that it will have a canvas cover all the way around. If we forget to paint it, it's okay. You can always come back later and you can fill it in yourself. Later on, even if you forget and you got it all hung up and then you remember. All right, so I want to add some more yellow. So I'm going to rinse off this brush. I actually need to grab some more yellow. Here we go. Just a little smidge. Just a little smidge on our fancy palettes. We don't like fancy here. We want to be able to mix all this up. You don't have to be fancy to be an artist. Honestly, think outside the box. It makes it better. This one is super light, but I love these purples in it. Just barely gonna run over it. And let's bring some of that in here. You notice I'm not cleaning my brush in between these. I want all of these beautiful colors to combine and just totally rock out your canvas. Now, if you love a certain color more than others, please be creative and add it to it. It really does make a huge difference when you add your own personal touch to a lot of these. Because then you get to hang it in your house, or you get to give it to somebody as a great gift. And these are good Mother's Day gifts too. Or best friend gifts. Oh my gosh, your best friend would love this. And then I always tell everyone too, if you have a painting that you're not a huge fan of, feel free to give it to your grams. Grandmas love artwork from their grandchildren. So pass it along. Pass it along. They will tell you it is beautiful. I will tell you it's beautiful too. So you can message me and I'll tell you how beautiful it is. We have lots of fun, exciting things coming up this weekend. First Friday, I'll be hanging out up there. Be sure to come visit me. All right, so I need to outline this guy a little bit. A little bit of blue. Little bit of blue. Little bit of blue. See how that blue's just bringing that out? A little nice jazz to it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And again, if you need to step away, step away. Step away and look at it, come back to it, hit pause, do whatever you need to do. You want to flip it all around. If you aren't sure if you love it a certain way, flip it around, try different angles. There's no right or wrong way to do this. So I'm going to come in with that black again, because I just want to quickly outline this right here, okay? Super fast. Nothing cray-crays. Just super fast. Whoop. Shoop, shoop. And again, nice little swirl in there. Now we're going to add some little finishing touches, like some white accents. So I want to get that brush super, super clean. And don't freak out, your water is probably black by now, and that's okay. Only the water is dirty, your brush is not. Let's use the smaller guy here, okay? Bring this guy out because he's thinking, I'm bored sitting in this cup of water and you need to use me. Okay. Just gonna outline this real quick. Nothing fancy. You can even run some white through here. Make that pop. Add some white here. Zoom. Just make that noise like zoom. I bet that was a little annoying. No? Okay, good. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Throw some nice fun. I'm just pulling whatever's on my brush. Okay? Grab some of this white and go back around here real quick. Okay? Then if you notice on our sample, we also have some red. Nice reds in here too. All right, how's this looking? We're getting close, getting close. Now, let's make sure all of our black is nice and filled in. If there's some spots that you really just need to add some more jazz to it, please do so. Just play around with it. Don't be scared. You can always erase it with white paint. White is like the magic eraser. I'm just going to add a little bit of black around. I feel like that's super white there. super dominant, and I don't want it like that. So now we get to add the little flower dots inside the middle. And do you remember how we do that? The bottom of our brush. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Dot, 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 dot. Dot, dot, dot. I like to use the side of my brush because I feel like I get more of an angle on it, and I'm able to get more paint on there too. You can also just kind of smear one of these down too, or even two, however you choose to do it. This is your masterpiece, and I love the creativity that you all have had and have during these paint shows. So please continue to tune in, 1 o'clock every Tuesday. Check us out, send us your paintings so that we can feature them. We can post them, we can share them with everybody if you want us to. And that's about it. So, you know what? Let's just go out on a limb here and throw some red in real quick. Red, red. Look at how that just made that pop. I just had that a little inspiration there. So thank you everyone for watching yet again. Another great episode of Brush Tips with Cheri. Thank you.